Alright, this is actually hopefully going to be a fairly quick video. What you're seeing in front of me and in front of you is a book. And it's a book of photos of my miniatures. Things that I have painted. And why am I showing you a book on an electronic medium? And well, that's really the point here. Let me go back to the beginning. So, a couple of months ago, I got an offer in the mail for a company, and I'll put links in the description, but for now, it doesn't really matter which one. Because there are a number of companies that will offer printing of bespoke books from photographs that you provide. And the offer was a free book. And I immediately deleted the email and the offer because that's what I do with those things. And then I thought, well, what does free mean in this context? Because, you know, I am skeptical as hell of marketing offers. So anyway, I undeleted the email. I went to the site and I looked it up, and what it really meant was 10 bucks. 10 bucks for what you see here, and it was a limited number of pages, and I think this is 20 pages. But every one of them color, and a color cover, hardback, and I was like, well, for 10 bucks, what would that look like? You know, what would the quality be like? And so I spent the $10, and actually, aside from the $10, it probably took me 2 hours to select, you know, which miniatures specifically I wanted to do on here, do in the book. And the truth is, I wish I had actually spent more time with this, but you know, it took a little while in gathering up all the materials I needed to do this. And then I used one of their page templates and their cover templates. It was actually, that part of it was quite simple. The hard part was figuring out which pictures I wanted where. And then sent it in, gave them my 10 bucks, and a couple of weeks later I had this book, and I thought, wow, okay, the quality is amazing. And just for my own you know, for something that I didn't realize that I wanted, it turned out that I did. This was a thing that I wanted to have in my house that I could look at periodically. But more than that, as some of you know, a few of you anyway, I've been going back to school, and which means I've been interacting with a lot of people that I've never interacted with before, and sort of live outside of my normal, you know, folks who are familiar with what I do and my hobbies, and maybe when I tell them what I do, they don't precisely get it. And let me give you an example. I had a teacher that I explained what I did, and she was like, seemed like she got it, but I wasn't entirely sure that that was the case. And I even brought in some miniatures, and this is an art teacher, by the way, and I brought in some miniatures, and she looked at them, and again there was to my mind, a look of confusion, like not quite sure what to make of them. And then I brought in the book, and I showed her the book, and as she's flipping through the pages, there was a feeling of, oh, this is a thing. I get this now. And I'm not entirely sure what the difference is between seeing, for example, this mini in person and then seeing a photo of this mini printed on the page that makes it more real for some people, but it does. And so that's a really kind of interesting thing to note, and a nice thing to have this in those situations where maybe you want to explain your hobby or your profession, in the case of, you know, somebody who paints minis for a living, to explain and for them to maybe better understand what it is that you do. And so ever since I picked this book up, I've actually started carrying it around with me, either in my car or in my backpack, whatever, so that I get into a situation where I need to mention what it is I do or have explain it in some way. I have this, and it doesn't require being online. It doesn't require an internet connection at all, and the presentation is really fantastic. And this cost me $10. Now, having said that, that was, of course, a special offer. I really wish I'd done a better job with the cover. But again, at the time, I didn't realize that I was going to like this so much. This was just so that I could look at the quality. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying about the price. If I were to, without having any other offers available to me, this would have cost $40. And you know what? I would spend $40 on this. But the truth is that you don't really need to. Again, link in the description. If you wanted to do this and you thought $40 was too much, you could go to their site, and I imagine any of the sites that offer this kind of book printing, they are very aggressive about sending discount offers on the various things that they do, because they don't just do books. They do cards, they do like things like t-shirts, that kind of thing. And effectively anything that you can print stuff on, you can have your photos printed on. But in terms of the book, this book, 20 pages, full color, hardback, would be $40 without any discounts. But if you sign up for the website, they are going to start sending you discount offers. I mean, it feels like every 2 to 3 days I get something new. And I have gotten that free book offer again, but I didn't take it up because I wasn't ready. I actually really do want to do another one. I want to do another one. I want to do it bigger. I want to spend more time thinking about the images that I'm using, and I want a better cover. And, you know, and considering that they'll, you know, whatever image you give them, they'll print, I could have a much better cover if I just put a little time into it. I just didn't want to do it at that time. But anyway, I wanted to share this with you and give you my thoughts onto why I thought this was a good idea for me and why it may be a good idea for you. Of course, the most important thing you would need to do this right is good photographs of your minis. If you don't have any good photographs of your minis, well, the book is going to reflect that. But I know many of you out there already take fantastic photos of your miniatures. This is just a good way to utilize them in a different way other than just sharing them online. And that's it. A little shorty for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope to have another one not too long from now. We'll see how that goes. Take care.